Home Studio Production presents After Church with Tink McLeod, featuring the coolest of cool people and very special guests. And here's your host, Tink McLeod.
Thank you and welcome back to After Church. My name is Tink McLeod and I will be your host. After Church is just a late night variety show or talk show for Christians to watch literally after church. Well, I guess more like after live stream church right now because nobody's going to church.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live! Do it live! And we'll do it live!
We've had so much fun on the last two episodes. The first episode, we really introduced it. I had my husband Sam on the show. And last week, we had the amazing David Wagner on, and he got to share his testimony. I encourage you to go back and watch the last two episodes if you haven't watched them already. Tonight, we have a very special episode because, as you know, it is Mother's Day. I hope that all you moms had an amazing day. Hope you got your nails done. Maybe you did it at home and you had your own little in-house spa. However you celebrated it, just know that we are so thankful and we would not survive without all the moms in the world. Our special guest tonight is Stephanie Meek, my sister. I'm so excited for that. Yes, we are going to talk about motherhood tonight and make a few mom jokes. And maybe some of you are sitting there and you're like, ooh, I don't know if I really want to watch this one. Or you're a dude and you're like, what is this going to have to do with me? I hope that tonight, at some point while you're watching, that a light bulb would turn on, or you'd get a new perspective of, oh wow, that's what moms actually do, or that's what mom life is like. And so let's do that together. Let's celebrate motherhood, because whether you like it or not, you came from a mom. And moms are so important to this world. And so I hope that you enjoy this episode.
Good morning. I'm sorry that I didn't make you breakfast this morning, but our daughter did.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, aren't you the sweetest? Oh, thank you.
I helped with the eggs, but she cooked the toast.
Oh, this is the best toast I've ever tasted.
Really?
Really, really. Oh, I am so lucky to be your mother. You know, the day you were born was the best day of my life.
What was it like?
What was it like? Oh, it was amazing. Only a few more centimeters and you'll be good to go, okay? Just breathe.
Were you scared?
Was I scared? No. In fact, I had a smile on my face the whole time. Didn't I, honey?
Oh, yeah.
It looks like we're going to perform an episiotomy. Don't cut my booty in half!
Were you scared?
Why does it look like this?
You're not a man!
Oh no, daddies don't get scared.
I'm not ready for this!
You're not a man! And then the nice doctor came in and she told me it was time. I think we're...
Where have you been, you jerk face? Sorry, excuse me, doctor!
And then, one little push, and you were born. Oh, she's crowning. Just one more push. Am I pooping?
No.
And that's what happened on the best day of my life. And you know what else? Every day since then was better than the day before.
Hey, babe. Hey, where's my briefcase? I've got my meeting.
I put it by the garage door.
Oh, great. Oh, the baby's crying. We might go out to eat afterward.
I love you, Mommy.
Oh, I love you too, honey.
Mommy,
Yeah?
I had an accident last night in my bed.
Oh, well, I'm sure your daddy cleaned it up.
No, I wanted you to.
So my guest tonight is my sister, Stephanie Meek. She is the owner of Five Daughters Bakery. She is a yoga and bar teacher. She is a mom of 5 girls. She's been married for 15 years, and she is a party in a person. Please welcome Stephanie Meek. You ready, sis?
Doing it.
Oh, that's our clap. That's our clap, because we have to clap to sing.
Yes.
Boom. Sis, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So let's talk about how we have been reunited.
Back together.
And we live 3 minutes away.
The best.
And we make lots of TikTok videos.
Always.
But I mean, that's not new for us. We've been making videos since we were little. Mm-hmm. We made the greatest show on earth.
Tambo and
Stambo.
Hi, all you guys. Good afternoon. Now you are at Universal Studios Orlando, Hollywood, seeing Tambo and Stambo Live #2. I hope you will enjoy the performance, but now I'm going to introduce myself as Stambo. And here I will introduce the star, Tambo, my little sister. Come on, Tambo. Come on, Tambo. Come on, Tambo.
All right, rapid fire questions. Ready?
yes.
What is your name?
Stephanie Loyola Meek.
Where were you born?
Chicago, Illinois.
Favorite city?
New York City.
Favorite musician?
Like Mariah Carey, I guess. From the 90s, yeah.
Favorite music video?
Why did I think of Seal, Kiss from a Rose from a Grave?
I mean, that's a good song. I don't remember the video.
Not my favorite though.
Baby, one more time.
Yes.
Baby, one more time.
Baby, one more time. Oh, forever.
Cutest guy from the 90s?
Zach Morris.
Cutest guy from the 80s?
Rob Lowe.
Favorite dessert?
Tiramisu 100-layer donut.
Favorite TV show?
Saved by the Bell. The Office.
Okay, most embarrassing moment?
In the 8th grade, I got into a fight with a girl whose name will be anonymous, and I peed my pants.
Everybody my age pees their pants. It's the coolest.
So I thought it would be fun to just, not only fun, but special, to really get to know your journey as a mom. Because I know that, you do all these things, and I mean, you're like multifaceted in the way that you are a business owner, you're a teacher, but most importantly, you're a wife and a mom to 5 amazing girls. So how about you tell me and the world what your journey was like when you first became a mom?
It was shocking. That was over 13 years ago. That was, I guess, 14 years now. And I had just moved to Nashville to get married to Isaac in 2005. We've been married 15 years now. And the plan was to go back to New York City. Isaac was going to take his CPA, and I was going to go back into the auditioning world in August 2006.
Because people don't know this, but you were in New York.
I was.
You were living in New York. You were going to college at Marymount Manhattan, and you were a theater major.
Yeah.
And that was for how long?
3.5 years.
3.5 years of coming from the big city, the Big Apple, and then you moved to Smyrna, Tennessee.
Yes. It was only supposed to be temporary.
Gotcha.
So it was only supposed to be temporary. I came home here to Isaac's home to get married. And then we were going to take a summer after we got married and then move back August 2006 for Isaac to test out and for me to continue on. Well, rewind, I was sitting on my toilet and crying after I had taken the pregnancy test, and Isaac was there too, and he was just so elated. He was so happy, but I was so shocked. I was not devastated, just confused. I had thought, okay, God, what did I do wrong? And then Isaac, he knelt down, he looked into my eyes and he said, babies are a blessing. They're a gift from God. And I always go back to that moment because I could just feel like God's drawing me back like an arrow, like just lining me up into my purpose, into my destiny. And that was just one step into that direction. And so her due date was August 2006. So destiny. God had a plan.
And then that was 2006, but then things just started to happen, didn't they?
In 2006, we became youth pastors. after we had Dylan. And then 2007, our dad died. And then we moved into a new house, and then I found out that I was pregnant, and then I had Lucy Jane, December 2007. So yeah, it was back to back to back. And after that, I just kind of became a baby making machine. We were in ministry. I had 2 young ones, and then I got pregnant again. And so I had 3 kids under 3.
Oh my God.
And I just remember they were 3, 2, and 1, and they were all in the bathtub, and they were all crying. And I put my back up against the wall, and I slid down it, and I was crying too. And that's just like a pinnacle moment in my motherhood memory, is just like God was right there with me, but it was chaotic, but God was right there with me, and I was one step closer into my destiny, you know?
And real talk, it's like our dad just died. We moved into your new house. It was just like your world had been like spun around within 2 years. And it was like, I don't know if you would say that was traumatic, but that was a lot that you did not expect to happen.
Well, that just goes to show too that like when trauma hits or when grief happens, it's almost like your body and God protect you in such a certain way, because when I look back on it, I don't feel trauma.
Right.
I felt like that was a really happy time because I was carrying new life, and my sister and my mom came to live with me. Like, what a happy time. And Dylan learned to walk, and she walked into your arms. Like, I have so many great memories from that time. And yes, it did kind of make my brain a little bit crazy, but God was so sovereign, not to graze over the bad stuff, but God was so sovereign in protecting me and giving me relationship and family to be alongside me.
Now that I'm a mom, I feel like I have this whole new perspective and a respect for you that I didn't have before. And like, I mean, obviously we went through a lot of hard times, but it was like, since becoming a mom and realizing that you had 3 under 3, and then you had your mom and your sister move in with you, your dad just died, like that was a lot for you to carry. I'm getting emotional talking about it.
It's a lot, but I loved having you.
You're like, it was a lot, but I'm made of steel and I have no emotions, so it's fine.
I don't remember anything.
I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Fully in need of everything. That's what fine is.
But that's what motherhood is. Like, moms are strong.
Motherhood is a mental illness.
It's a mental illness, and once you catch it, you whip into gear, and we have this supernatural power to press through. We just overcome. We stay up late at night, we overthink things for the whole family, and then we get up the next morning, we make like 800 peanut butter sandwiches, we sign all the papers, we make all the phone calls, we do everything. Right. You know, that's kind of what it was. It was training ground for all the things that I get to do now, but that was the training ground.
So did you have to like learn how to cook or like?
Oh man.
Talk to us about that.
I learned how to bake bread. I learned how to make casseroles. I learned how to clean a house because I didn't really know how to clean, but I just figured out that was actually a skill that I liked. And so like cleaning a bathroom became an addiction to me, and it actually became a communion with the Lord. Like, me learning how to do these domestic skills was the way that God would tap into my heart so much. I would sweep and I would hear his voice, and like Galatians is the scripture that always comes to mind, is do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you will reap a harvest. And that's all he speaks to me. Even now, he's like, do not give up, Stephanie, do not give up. And I'd be sweeping, I'd be scrubbing the toilet, I'd be making lunches, and he would just continue to encourage me and be like, everything you do is unto me, and I'm so delighted in you. And that was just the training time, you know? Yeah. Even in the moments where I was in this new town and didn't have very many friends, like, this is where I learned about the secret and the magic hour, like the 4 a.m. hour. My babies would wake up at 4 a.m. and then I would nurse them, put them back to sleep. And then I would have from like 4:30 to 7 a.m. to just be in my prayer closet. And I decorated that prayer closet.
Yeah, you had the IKEA chair.
I had a little IKEA chair in there. I had my scriptures. I had my journal, like with a little shelf. And then a dear friend of mine gave me a tallit that I used to wear. It's a prayer shawl. And I would just warm that closet. And it was like, I was so hungry for friendship. I was so hungry for his word. And that's where I got the meat. That's where I learned how to grow up.
Now as an adult, I can see what the Lord was doing with you and what you really pressed into. And it was such an amazing thing to be able to witness, even though I didn't understand it at the time and I judged it a lot. I misunderstood you a lot, but like now on the other side of becoming a mom and being an adult, I actually recognized that those were private victories, that you were waking up at 4 a.m. and you weren't just bragging about it, because like back then as a kid, it's just like, oh, you're just bragging about how you spent time with God. Yeah. But like now as an adult, I'm like, oh my God, you needed it.
I needed it. You were desperate.
You have to survive to like take care of 3 under 3, and now I get that it was a real thing for you. So now you have five grown babies now. I mean, they're not grown, but they're big now.
Nobody nursing, no diapers.
What is the most exciting thing about this season of your life with grown kids?
This season of my life is actually kind of intimidating, to be honest, because I'm really good at the baby stages. I can say that now. But I love the structure of it. I know what to expect from that. I know the changing times. I know the different stages. But this season of my life is tweens. This season of my life is going to be driver's license. This season of my life is going to be meeting boyfriends and, but they love to spend time with me. And the best part about that is that they're so much fun to spend time with. They're hilarious.
They are so funny.
They make me laugh and they're cool and they get it. But there's a balance of like not making them my best friends, but also just like getting to spend time with these growing girls.
Yeah. So what would you say is like a challenge of this season then?
Because they're so self-sufficient, not to back off, but to lean in closer. Mm-hmm. See, the tendency is now I could sleep in if I really wanted to. I don't have to clean up as much because they're amazing at that. I don't have to cook as much because they're amazing at that. But joining them, growing with them, doing life with them and learning with them, I have to continually remind myself, okay, if they're in the kitchen, like, why don't you join them and start some more small talk? Even though, because this season, it isn't so much physically exhausting as it is whenever you have toddlers and small babies. This season is more emotionally exhausting. Mm-hmm. So I have to parent at 100% battery in that arena. I have to wake up and I have to like allow God to love on me so that I have enough to give.
What has been your exercise in taking care of yourself before taking care of anyone else?
Well, everything's all out of sorts right now because of quarantine life. And in the beginning, we were really still focusing on the structure, and then we loosened up a lot, and then we loosened up a lot. And now we're kind of like staying up till 10 o'clock. The kids are up at 10 o'clock, and then we're waking up at like 8:30, whereas we used to read the Bible at 6 a.m., like sharp, and then breakfast at 7 a.m., and then we were out the door. And before that, I would do fitness in the morning. So this is in regular healthy life. I would do fitness in the morning so I could clear my head and get toxins out. And then I would try to, read the word or do something like that. But if I didn't get it in so early, it was easy because I could drop them off at school and then I could come back and sit with a cup of tea and then just like journal and read my Bible and, get into my gratitude journal and just commune with God that way. But it's not been that easy with everybody home right now. And so I would just say that in any season, it's just so important to steal that time away. If we can take 30 minutes to scroll on Instagram, we can take 30 minutes to journal and read one verse. Mm-hmm. And that's just something that has to be a normal in my life. That's how I care for others. And the other way I care for others is by staying up late at night because I'm a party animal and I have to get some me time, and I do that from the hours of 9 to midnight.
I was about to say, I'm like, you're a night owl. You stay up really late watching TV. We both do. We're always texting at like midnight.
It's true. Well, on the Enneagram, I am a 7 wing 8, and 8s have the most energy on the Enneagram, and 7s are always like looking for fun. And so my fun hour starts when the kids go to sleep. That's like me time. I get like my snack blanket out and I'm like, yes, it's time to party. Yeah. And I don't know, because I have so much energy, it's like a blessing and a curse where I can wake up early, but I can also rage like hard at night.
Yeah.
Hi mamas! A lot of you have been asking about my daily skin routine, so I thought I'd hop on here really quick and share with you my 5-minute daily routine. Okay, mamas, here it is. Your very quick 3-minute makeup tutorial. This is perfect for going out and walking your dog, meeting your child's teacher, going to pump gas, or going on a jog. Easy, you can turn a daytime look to a nighttime look, and I'm here to show you how. So first, let's start with our brows. You know, brows are real in right now, and thick eyebrows are the way to go. Your kids can't really tell if you're mad, or if you're happy, or if you're surprised. The closer I feel like, the better. We're gonna move on to foundation here. So it's very minimal coverage. You wanna look like you didn't try very hard, but you're actually trying really hard. Moms, I don't know about you, but I don't get much sleep these days. With a little one crawling into my bed late at night, I've gotta cover up my bags. So, I've gotta cover up how sleepy we are, you know? I'm feeling like a smoky eye, but this is like a daytime thing, so you can do daytime eye, and then I'll show you how you can transform it to smoky for night. So we're gonna start here, and that nice bold color is gonna really help us get our husband's attention when he is working too hard or taking 4-hour trips to the bathroom. Oh, that's so pretty. Looks really good. This is just a daytime look, but if you want to transform for the nighttime, I would add a smokier color with the wing. So we got this wing here. You start from the edge of your eye and you go all the way up like a cat eye, right? Ooh, meow. Next, you want to hit the apples of your cheeks. Now that we've contoured, start here and just get that rosy color right there in your cheek. Look at that. I love that color. We're gonna top it off. Feel like we're looking really good. Moms, you with me? Don't fall asleep. We are going to top it off with a nice bold lip. Looks really good. So there you have it. Nighttime look, daytime look.
How about give us some highlights of the struggles you've had in raising these 5 girls?
Well, in the beginning, I would carry shame over this struggle, but I'm not as domestic.
You don't say.
I mean, I can cook and I can clean, but that's not my strength. Allowing myself to know that that's not my high strength, and that's not my passion either. To delegate those weaknesses has been a game changer for me. So Isaac and I have put in our budget to have somebody come and clean at least once a month. That's been a game changer. And for me to allow my husband to accelerate in his strengths as a cook. Allowing my husband to accelerate in his strength as a cook and as like a domestic person, that's been a game changer. You know, I used to feel super ashamed that he was better than me in the kitchen. Yeah.
Isn't that funny how like shame and guilt play such a part in momming? Yeah. Because it's like the mom guilt is like another level. Right. But I mean, I carried that shame too about like, cause Sam is so much better at the house stuff, like the housewife stuff. He's more of the housewife than I am.
Totally.
And I used to carry so much shame about, you know, not thinking about what was going to be for dinner later.
Right.
Like, I'm so spontaneous. I'm like, we'll figure it out.
The comparison trap is such a trap.
Yeah.
Not only am I comparing myself to my husband, like, hey, what are you trying to do? Show me up as a domestic person? Like, there's also comparison trap with other moms because there's so much social media and people are like home chefs and they're showing all the things that they've done with their home renovations. There's so much room for the enemy to come in and steal, kill, and destroy. I have friends who are awesome in the kitchen, and they're just like making meals and meal prepping for 2 weeks straight. Yeah. They're delivering to all their friends, and you know, I got over being ashamed of that. I'm like, you go. And also, can you make me a casserole?
Can I come over?
Exactly. Like, celebrate your friends for who they are and don't try to fit into their box. Do you, be you. And like you said, like, I think it's a role reversal in our house. I used to get jealous of Isaac because I'm like, I should be doing that, like you said. But I'd much rather be throwing the kids up in the air and running around the house and going outside.
Right. And not that Isaac doesn't do that.
Oh, he's amazing, but he's just more gifted at that.
To close this off, what would you say is the most important thing about being a mom?
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Oh, I know. Having a 13-year-old and then a 4-year-old is so much perspective. You know, we stress so much about things that I look back in hindsight and go, that was so unimportant if they missed a nap. That was so unimportant that they didn't eat that. You know, don't miss looking into their eyes. And motherhood is such a mental illness.
It's a mental illness.
But the best thing that could ever happen to a woman, in my humble opinion, because I find myself fortunate to be able to have done a lot of things in my life and experience different people and learn from different experiences, but there's no experience that has taught me, shaped me, challenged me, blessed me more than becoming a mom. Like, we only get to be moms once, you know?
And then it goes, and it's like, then they're married, and then they leave.
Well, I think that it never actually stops.
Yeah.
Like, our mom, she's like still probably praying for us every day.
Are you, Mom? Our mom is sitting right there. She's our biggest fan. Hi, Mom. Oh, sis, seriously though, thank you for being on the show. This is so fun. It's not your last time on the show.
Woohoo!
We'll have more fun.
All the moms out there,
To all the moms,
happy Mother's Day.
you're doing a great job,
We love you.
and you're so important.
Hey guys, happy Mother's Day. I'm Jessie, makeup-less, very pregnant, full mom Saturday mode. Tink asked if I wanted to play a song for you guys, and duh, I would love to. This song is called Everything Is Right, and I wrote it. My daughter's just turned 2, and we're about to have another baby. But she just turned 2, and I wrote this song in the middle of the night, right after she was born. And yeah, it's out, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Maybe we'll, I don't know if she'll make an appearance or not. We'll see. It's real around here, y'all. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. So.
Everything is right. I can't
Happy Mother's Day, everybody!
All right, guys, well, I am ready for bed, and I know that you are too. I hope that you enjoyed our Mother's Day special. Thanks to Stephanie Meek for joining us. And I really hope that you had a great time with your mom today, that you hugged your mom. And if you see a mom in the future, give them grace. Remember it's hard, and that they push someone out of them. Have an amazing night. See you next week.
Can't remember life before I looked into your eyes. With you, everything is right. Everything is right.
But I got saved quite a bit growing up. That was sort of the thing to do, right? I mean, every time somebody says, come to Jesus, and I never, ever really followed through. I mean, for me, it was a prayer. It was and I didn't really think differently. I mean, we had a foreign exchange student from Denmark when I was a kid, and that foreign exchange student sort of opened my mind up to the way the world thinks.